Hi, hey, hello. Welcome to a Market Down production. My name is Daniel. You can call me Danny. You can call me James. You can call me Jeff. You can call me Dan. Just the letter D. That's all fine. I am joined by Eric Grisanti. You can call him E-Dog, Rick, Ricky. He goes by all these names. And we're joined by James Gisante. You can call him Jimothy. That's it. And we are here to talk about wrestling. It's the end of the year, or maybe even beginning of the year, because I don't know when Rev's going to put this out. But we're going to make some predictions for 2023. I'm going to ask you guys a question, and you are just going to give a yes or no answer. And that is it. All right. We're gonna blow through an assortment of topics, a variety of things, and you're just gonna give me your yes or no answer.
Yes.
So I will start. Do you guys understand the rules?
Yes.
I do.
Oh my God.
It's yes or no,
Do you?
James.
Do you understand?
How do you exit
Oh
out
my
of this?
God.
Yes. Yes.
God, he's fucking hosting the Zoom too. He's hosting the Zoom. This is Eric's Zoom, but James is hosting it. Wild. Anyway, first one. I'm gonna start big. We're going big right off the bat. Eric, yes or no? Will Roman Reigns lose his titles this year?
This hurts me because I'm sorry. Shit. Did you write this down? Fuck.
No.
God damn it. I'm gonna say no.
Oh, he's going no. Another year of Roman. Oh my God. James, this is your favorite wrestler at the moment of all time, maybe. Is he gonna lose his titles this year? Yes or no?
Yes.
Very interested. Very interested. I'm also.
It's also
yes.
a trick question because you said this year and there's only 2 days left. So
yeah, well, we're going under the impression this is 2023.
Okay.
We're talking about 2023 predictions, so we're saying this year.
I'm just saying,
content.
Regardless, I'm right because my no could have been for 2022. It could be for 2023. You never know.
Well, keep in mind going forward that all these questions are about 2023, so factor that into your answers. Would you like to change your answer, or you're keeping your no? Keeping your no. All right, cool.
I'm gonna keep my no.
Okay, next question. James, is Cody Rhodes going to win the Royal Rumble 2023?
No.
No. All right. Eric, same question.
Well, I think you should follow up with if so, who, or are we not doing that? That's more for like a prediction Royal Rumble show?
Yeah, we'll do a prediction show.
All right.
You can host that one.
Well, I'm going to say no. To both of those things.
All right. Very, very good. I mean, I think I know who your if so is anyway, so that's understandable. Okay. All right.
Well, you also have to answer, Danny. You can't just. This is not a.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. I'm gonna say yes. He will.
What about the first question? Is Roman winning? Is Roman going to keep the title till the end of the year?
I said he was going to lose his titles. I did answer that one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Clearly, I'm not paying attention.
That's okay. No, it's all right. You're living in your own little Wardlow's world, and that's fine. But to go over to AEW, Eric, will CM Punk return to AEW?
Yes.
All right. Real quick, can I see your shirt real quick? Okay. James.
I don't think. I think me showing you my shirt doesn't pop up for everyone else. So hold on one sec. Let me talk, and then it'll pop up. And there you go. Okay.
All right, James. Same question. You don't have to show your shirt, but will CM Punk return to AEW?
It's a nice Shinsuke Nakamura shirt, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Fun little bonus unplanned question, because the rest of these are planned, surely. Will Shinsuke Nakamura win a match on WWE television this year?
He will win he will win a mid-card title and then not defend it for like 6 months.
Eric, same question.
I'm gonna say yes, he'll win a match. I don't think he'll win a mid-card title.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. This one's it's really a little harder to quantify, but James, will Ronda Rousey give a fuck in this year?
Not about wrestling. Yes, but not about wrestling.
Fair enough. Eric, same question. Whenever you get yourself situated.
I'm not gonna lie, my camera's probably gonna die at some point because I'm using my phone. But I don't think she's giving a fuck in at least a year and a half. So no.
Fair. I agree. I don't think she'll give a fuck. Also, I don't think Shinsuke will win a match on TV. But moving on, we'll stick with the women's division. Does Bianca Belair become a female John Cena, as in a Bianca wins LOL sort of thing? Eric, we'll go with you first.
Of course you would go with me, as I'm still fixing
Yeah,
myself.
of course.
Female John Cena. I don't know. I think too many.
Just will the crowd turn on her for winning so much?
No, because I think she's going to lose her title before they turn on her.
All right. James, same question.
Same response as Eric. I don't think she's going to become the next John Cena. And in terms of the crowd reception, and I think it's because she's going to lose her title sooner than later. I think she loses to whoever challenges her at Mania.
I agree. That was a great yes. Great yes.
Hopefully Rhea Ripley. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no, hopefully Rhea Ripley, which I'll tie that into the next question. Does Charlotte ruin things in the women's division this year? James?
No.
Eric?
I don't see how I don't know where she fits, and I don't see them inserting her. And what is interesting, sorry, I know we're going for yes or no's. What is interesting is that Charlotte hasn't experienced the Triple H run company. So I am interested to see how he handles her. But no, I don't think she ruins whatever they're doing.
I don't want to, I know this is supposed to be yes or no, but
it's okay. It was only a matter of time for this happened.
yeah, she barely lost in his NXT. She lost when it made sense, which was to Bayley.
Yeah, but that's different because it was
and she lost to Sasha.
But in NXT?
Sasha won the title from her.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
But wait, did she beat Charlotte for it, or was it a multi-woman match?
She pinned Charlotte in a multi-woman match.
Okay.
But you could also argue that his NXT was to build towards Vince McMahon's WWE, and it could be Vince was in Triple H's ear, like, hey, this is how I'm going to book. I know it never worked like that, but it's possible that.
And Triple H, when in NXT, did Triple H keep pushing someone despite it not working and people not reacting to it positively? When did he ever force someone down your throats in NXT?
Yeah. And to be honest, I'm actually a fan of Charlotte. I think her and Brock Lesnar are probably the best sellers in all of wrestling.
I think you could have said that 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It'd be true about Charlotte, but Charlotte has gone to more of she's a bad seller now. She kind of knows those things. Yeah. Oh my dude, did you best example is the Rumble that Bianca won. Her and Rhea eliminate Charlotte, and Charlotte has a poorly timed laugh of just it didn't fit the environment because she has to look strong. She has to look unfazed all the time.
Yeah.
And, no one ever has the better of her. So her selling has become detrimental to everyone around her. But when she was just regular Charlotte, in 2016, 17, I 100% agree with you, but that Charlotte's long gone. And now it's Charlotte always looks strong. So her selling is worse off because of it. But I don't think Charlotte will ruin any things this year because I do think Rhea will be the one to dethrone Bianca. And I think
Ronda and Becky are on the other end.
Yeah. And I think Charlotte will still lose to Bianca at some point this year. And
Well-
my world is Rhea beats Bianca at Mania, and then Bianca's bounce back is a feud with Charlotte
Now-
where she wins.
Hold on, but really, I know this is. Now that we're talking about it, I think Triple H is very aware that Ronda is not doing great. Like she's not. I mean, I would imagine she's not selling as much, and I would imagine he can hear the crowd reaction and all that. So I would say it is possible Charlotte comes back to make that a triple threat, and they do that again.
Oh God.
I feel like we have a way better shot of just Charlotte versus Bianca at Mania than her being near Ronda, because Triple H isn't dumb. That was the worst match of WrestleMania last year, honestly, with Charlotte Ronda. The match that WWE wanted to put on like 5 years ago at this point.
I'm just saying.
Worst match at a Mania.
I'm
But
just
I
saying.
get your sentiment, but we're right there. Also, I don't think Ronda's getting as bad a reaction as the internet thinks she is, because Ronda was over when Liv was champion. Like, people were super into Ronda for like the first time ever.
I think people were more against Liv's booking than they
No,
were.
but they
Ronda.
were. It was a combination, because Ronda was getting over because she was doing a weird anti-authority thing that was supposed to make her more heel, but endeared her to people. So it wasn't just Liv's bad booking. But anyway, yes or no question. Does
No.
Lacey Evans get repackaged again? Eric, since you don't care, probably don't even know.
I haven't watched SmackDown, but I'm assuming didn't she come back already as the Army lady? Isn't she already being repackaged?
She's being repackaged. She's not back yet.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're saying is she going to be repackaged after this repackage?
Yes.
No, I think she's either out the door or they like send her to NXT or some shit.
I feel like that would be a repackage, but James, same question.
I don't think she's I don't think she's getting repackaged. And I'll be honest, I kind of agree with Eric. I think she might be out the door. She's already as this stuff happened with Mandy Rose, she's starting, I think, her own OnlyFans or something close to it.
No. She's she was posting like fucking how autism is caused by whatever the fuck.
You are right about that. But in
addition to that, she's gonna
there's been some risque stuff of her out there. The only question is, I don't know if it was leaked or if it was because they looked posed, but like professionally posed.
But I thought she was like anti whatever Mandy was doing. I thought,
and that's the funny aspect of it that everyone's laughing at right now.
Maybe it just got leaked. Maybe everyone's like, "This you?" kind of thing.
They don't look like they were shot on like a phone camera. They look like
a lot of the women in wrestling do like sexy photo shoots with like the same 2 or 3 photographers, which there's a whole other topic. But if you're a male photographer and you only take scantily clad photos of women, you're a creep. But you're not really an artist. You're weird. But like for every sexy picture of one of the Iconics, where's one of James? Like look up SB photography. It's just like pictures of couples or like whatever. But yeah, I think Lacey will get repackaged again. I don't think she's leaving. I think she can only exist in WWE, and they really like her for, I don't want to say for some reason, because I actually think Lacey has a good role in the company.
I think so too.
And there's a good spot for someone like her. I think she just needs to rethink how she approaches social media. Like a lot of people who share similar views with her, she's going down a real Braun Strowman rabbit hole. So that being said, yes or no, I think this is an easy one, James. Will Braun Strowman do anything significant in 2023? In wrestling, not on social media.
I'm trying to figure out how I want to say it. Yes, I just don't think anyone will care.
No, yeah.
All right, Eric, same question.
Is Gunther still the Intercontinental Champion?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I when you mentioned this, I just thought Gunther versus Strowman, but I don't know how they would get there if
they're already there. That's literally what they're doing on SmackDown.
Are you
Yeah.
swear to God? Swear to God.
It's Braun teaming with
Oh,
Ricochet against Imperium.
Okay, so that's how Gunther's going to lose his title, basically.
Decent chance.
I mean, if they're doing Gunther versus Lesnar at Mania, he's not going to have the IC title.
They could easily have the IC title. That would be something
Lesnar
Triple H would do.
I mean, that would be
Yeah, why
awesome.
not?
That'd be awesome. I don't see Lesnar going for the IC title, even though that would be great. That would really.
This is modern Lesnar who doesn't give a fuck and is just having fun. This is the exact type of Lesnar that could easily be convinced to go after the IC title because
That'd be kind of
what
sick.
does he fucking care now? Yeah, it would make the title be even more important as opposed to having Strowman have it.
Even
which,
if he
you know,
loses, even if he wins or loses, it makes the title look really good.
And
I mean,
realistically, if anything, this is better for the U.S. title because he's going to take it away for like 3-4 months. Then the U.S. title is going to feel more important because it's the
Wait,
belt
what?
against the- I think if Brock wins the Intercontinental title, it will by proxy make the U.S. title feel more important because Brock is going to be gone, and the U.S. title is going to be like the mid-card belt for everyone.
Mhm.
Gotcha,
Anyway, what was the
gotcha.
question? I didn't answer it. Is Strowman going to do anything of value? No.
All right, I agree. Let's see.
Is Strowman going to earn the $3 million that he made to return? No.
No. Okay, important question here, Eric. I'm sorry to put you on the spot like this with the hard-hitting question, but James went first for the last question. Will Rhea Ripley peg Dominic Mysterio on Raw in 2023?
A live pegging segment?
Yeah.
That'd be, dude, talk about ratings. Talk about highest.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero's son getting pegged live on TV. That's wild. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say I want to see it, but I'm going to say no.
Gotcha.
Go ahead. I got a question after we're done with this round.
All right, James, what is your answer to that question?
No, but I really, really want to see Dom with like a gimp mask. I think it would be like such a nice twist on the luchador thing, like a bastardization of the luchador thing. Like his luchador mask is a gimp mask. And
or at the very least they do like a segment backstage where they like catch him wearing a mask or some shit like that.
Yeah, or I don't think he'll get pegged, but I think it'll be implied. I think they'll imply it at some point. But what was your question you had after this, Eric?
Does Judgment Day make it through the entire year?
Maybe not the entire year, but they make it to Mania, probably to the summer.
You think so?
Yeah, they are the best part of Raw. Like, that's not an exaggeration. Rhea is as over as she is because of that. Dom is the biggest heel in the company. There's no downside to Judgment Day.
To your point though, you're only naming two. What the fuck are the other two doing? Is my point.
Finn is great. He's winning matches for the first time in his career.
He just lost the match. He just lost. What are you talking about? I just watched him lose a match. I texted the group. I fucking turned on Raw for the first time. Why is he losing?
Because he is the guy. Because Dom is the guy you got to protect now.
Right,
Ace is the big guy.
I think,
but he's won a lot more matches than he won before Judgment Day.
It's true, or even before Triple H's Judgment Day.
But is there money in the group, or is there money in Dominic and Rhea as a little combo?
I think it's the group. Because Evolution is always my go-to for like groups and their formations and the value of the people in them. When that group was formed, the value was in Triple H and the people around him protecting him for the title. As the group continued, the emphasis was then on Randy and Batista. And it doesn't make Triple H less important. His value to the group isn't lessened because now it's about getting Randy and Batista over. It's just his role is to get them over. But Priest might not be the centerpiece of Judgment Day. And Finn might be the leader of Judgment Day, even though they say there's no leader. But the emphasis might be on getting Rhea and Dom over, but by proxy, that's what makes Priest important. That's what makes Finn important.
I see what you're saying. I'm in my head Like, I'm assuming they're going Mysterio versus Mysterio at Mania this year.
I don't. Yeah, they'd have to, because why would they still be running this angle?
I mean,
there's
I would
really
rather-
not Ray's
I
on
would-
SmackDown.
You're right, but like him getting arrested, and they put out a
But those
t-shirt
are like
for it.
online fun bits. That's just fun stuff that they're doing. I think it's just Dom's accompanying Rhea to the ring for her match at WrestleMania. But I will say that I don't give a fuck about anyone from Evolution except Randy. But I agree with their sentiment. But I would say also Dom can't talk, and Rhea isn't the best, but she's nailing this particular role. And Finn and Priest can talk. And Priest has a really loud, deep fucking voice where he speaks from his fucking chest, and he sounds like he should be narrating like film commercials.
He should be
previews or
voicing
something.
fucking God of War game or something.
Yeah. So like they have value just because it's not about them, like James was saying. But yeah, I do think they're gonna make it halfway into 2023 at least. What about you, James? You agree? I assume. Oh, sorry, James is eating food. Let me not ask him any questions right now.
Jesus, it's 12:30 at night, James.
Yeah, seriously.
I know, weird dinner time.
We've only been filming this episode for 20 minutes, and you couldn't wait for snacks. Sheesh. But anyway, but
yes,
we're talking about groups and teams.
I think they make it through the majority of the year.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if one member leaves or they gain somebody else. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a shakeup.
What were you eating?
The tricolor cookie, like the rainbow cookies.
Okay. Weird.
No one's ever called it a tricolor cookie.
That's just always that's what they're known as. Like
they're called rainbow cookies.
No, that's the nickname. That's what like people call them. But what they're officially known as is like the tricolor cookie.
All right, dude.
Sure. I believe you, but like
nobody
I
calls
still
it
don't
that.
think you're right for doing that, I still think we were right to point it out.
I think you had to know we were going to chastise you is what I'm getting at. Like,
I don't even feel bad about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yes or no question, James. Will your rap come out this year?
It will come out before March. I think that's fair.
Shit.
But you have to make it less than 3 minutes so it can be the full version of it can be put onto TikTok.
That's almost like it's entirely up to Danny.
I don't know why you would say that. You wrote the rap. I have very little to do with it whatsoever, besides encouraging you, pretty much. But anyway,
I have a question to follow up on the Judgment Day thing.
Okay, not the rap thing. Okay, what's the question?
No, the rap. I believe James. It'll be here by March. Will Edge stay with the company? And if so, okay, two-part question. If no, does he go to AEW?
I want him to, but I don't think he does. I think he stays with WWE.
Go ahead.
No. Go, please.
Well, I mean, there's just so much like him starting Judgment Day and then getting kicked out because he didn't want spooky shit to happen, and like maybe none of that's true. Maybe he was just like, well, I'm not staying my full contract, so like, all right, let's nip this in the bud before this becomes a popular thing. I know that's probably not what happened, but I just don't see how much more he can do there, because he's working with his best friend Ray, his son. He did all that. What else are you going to do after that?
Put someone over, maybe.
And that's what he says he wants to do. That's what he says was his goal in coming back. But since coming back, he's only really worked with people he's already worked with. Judgment Day notwithstanding.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just no comparison. Him and Priest are no Christian and Luchasaurus. You can't compare apples and fucking bricks of gold. Like apples are fine, but like bricks of gold, fucking bricks of gold. And that's what Luchasaurus and Christian are. But No,
ahead.
go ahead. You have an opinion.
I was just gonna say I don't even know if AEW would necessarily do a better job with Edge than Edge is doing in WWE.
Oh yeah, I
But-
totally realize Edge is the problem, not WWE in that case. Because you know what? I was just thinking about this earlier because I haven't thought about it since it happened, but I stand by this. Edge winning the Royal Rumble was a terrible idea, and it was his idea, and he
Was it?
ruined. Yeah, that was Brian was gonna win that Rumble and go on to face Roman because that's a better story. When Edge and Roman have no, Edge is not a big part-time star. Like he is just a part-time star.
Yeah.
He's not on a John Cena level. He's not on the
No,
Brock's
nobody's
level. He's
buying
not-
WrestleMania because Edge is.
Yeah. So like
Maybe that
he
first Mania when he came back. Maybe I could see a casual fan buying Edge's return match.
Right,
But-
but
but he doesn't have to go against Roman for that match. And then there's no story there. All it is, oh, we do spears. Oh, spear friend. Oh, we have the same bad finisher. Oh,
Why does he sound like
That's-
the berries and cream guy? Berries and cream, berries and cream.
he's not. He's the in-betweeners, guys. You uncultured person.
Fuck.
Oh my god. But anyway, that's not a story. Whereas the Brian Roman story is the only reason I'm sad Brian left WWE is because that story never got told the
muddled
way it
by
should have been
Edge.
told. Yeah.
Right, because they could have
because-
done so much. Like you stole that moment from me 5 years ago or whatever
Yeah,
the fuck
like,
it was. Yeah,
You've
but
changed the trajectory of my career.
but also
all
it's
because of
it's WWE though. Do you even think they would have gone back to that? You know, like they
Yes,
never
yes, that's exactly what Roman's character was. First of all, yes, because at
I'm
the same
saying they
time they were
never-
doing the Fiend. The Fiend's whole gimmick was getting revenge on people who fucked over his character previously.
Yeah, but that's like Bray just like throwing in lines where us at home could be like, yeah, that's what he's referring to. But they never like
No, the stories
blatantly-
were always about it. The whole fucking the Firefly Funhouse match, greatest match of all time, was about how John Cena ruined his fucking career.
I
Like,
know,
it was-
but for like us, we get that. But for like a cash, like
no, it was explained outright in the match, in the build-up. It
all right,
wasn't
all right,
subtle.
all
It
right,
wasn't
all right.
context. So yeah, we would have got there with that. But yes, I don't give a fuck. Edge can do whatever he wants. Just don't hurt yourself, man. But
I don't think they'll give him like I think on the other hand, like Christian, AEW's done a better job with Christian than Christian would be doing in WWE right now, if that makes any sense.
absolutely.
Yeah, no, it does. But that's also because Christian is, I think, Tony Khan's favorite wrestler.
Is he really?
Yeah, like that's what the whole thing was when he brought him back. Like he's one of Tony
Yeah, but
Khan's favorite wrestlers.
No, but I mean, yeah, but
Who isn't one of Tony Khan's?
But no,
Yeah.
but Tony never hyped up, even before the backlash to Christian's debut, Tony never hyped up anybody like this is one of my favorite wrestlers, if not my absolute favorite.
I don't think
wrestler.
I've ever been more mad in my entire life than that night. I wanted to throw a fucking shoe at my TV. That was, dude. I was
That was
anyway.
your fault. But
It was, but anyway, go ahead.
yes. Let's see. I guess I want to do an AEW one.
And I'll just answer the question too, because I didn't actually get asked the question.
Sorry, you're eating tricolored cookies.
That was
I know.
before. I think Edge is a WWE lifer. There is no point in him going to AEW at this point.
But is he a lifer though? Because wasn't he about to debut in AEW?
That's true.
If he
I think he 100% put out a feeler to AEW, but I
just
also
to get
think that
more
was-
money.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's really what it was. So,
Yeah,
I will say, just to sort of go against myself with the lifer thing. I think if he signed a shorter term contract and didn't get injured, I think he could have followed Christian to AEW maybe a year later. But at this point, Edge is only older now and more injury prone. Why go to AEW to have a lackluster run other than to say I went to AEW? There's only
So
one
that-
person I can imagine Edge having a good feud with in AEW, and that's MJF.
And even then, that's literally be the same thing as the Roman Edge feud, where it's like this isn't as big a deal as you think it is, dude.
Right.
But
maybe
it's also
he's
like who wouldn't have a good feud with MJF? But all right, last thought on this. Then we got to pivot to.
I'm sorry.
another
I'll
important
just
question.
say we're seeing a lot of guys following their best friends, regardless of whatever the situation is. Guys going to WWE because they're best friends over there. Guys going to AEW because they're best friends over there. I would say Christian is probably his best friend. Christian's doing a great job over there. I can see Christian just being like, yeah, why don't you just like work less, and just have like 3 matches a year kind of thing.
Which is essentially what Edge is doing already.
That's a good point. I don't know. I think it depends on who. If he feels like the roster over there is better than this roster, then that's it. Or if you want, I don't know. Go ahead.
Can we
done.
chant please
I'm done.
retire
Yes.
during Edge matches? But anyway, okay. All right, James, since you're so eager to answer yes or no questions, will Sasha Banks or Mercedes, whatever her last name is, debut in AEW?
On January 4th or January 11th? We'll never fucking know.
It won't be January 4th because she's going to be at Wrestle Kingdom in Japan.
Fuck off.
In Japan. She'll be in Japan. That has nothing to do with anything either. It has nothing to do
they
with
gotta market it better.
They have marketed better. New Japan has marketed it like beautifully. That's the
Me
whole
and Danny
thing.
thought the big show was next week. CM Punk and Sasha Banks returning. Debuting.
I have a question about Big Show too. Don't worry.
Oh God, not big. All right, go ahead, James. Sorry.
I think I think Mercedes debuts in LA on January 11th, and she will appear in Japan on January 4th. Apparently, she's making more money per appearance for Japan than Jericho made. So
I mean, she's a bigger name than Jericho.
In a way, I agree. If you just
what I mean.
quick research.
You know what I'm saying. Obviously, like Jericho's the bigger name, he's the bigger wrestler. But I'm saying like current day, like she's obviously the bigger name.
I
don't know if that makes any sense.
No, I get what you're saying. She's got the bigger cross appeal in general, but
right.
She's making more for her one appearance than Okada would make.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And the only person that's going to offer that kind of money is Tony. And I don't think Triple H sees that in her.
I mean, apparently that's the report. That's the rumor that she wanted the same amount of money as like Becky and Charlotte, and they don't view her as important.
Oh, that's weird though.
She wanted that money, and they view her as somebody who's already, like, according to the report. Well, don't know if it's true. She's already peaked, and her value isn't as what it once was.
Her value is definitely not as good as Becky's. Like if Becky left WWE, Japan would pay twice as whatever they're paying Sasha to be there on the 4th. So, I mean, in that sense,
in a wrestling standpoint, I agree with you.
She's
Cross
not,
appeal, I think more people know who Sasha is now than Becky, which is a weird thing to say.
Give it like 2 years.
Yeah, I
Becky
think
will be more stuff, and then that'll change.
Yeah,
because I don't want to trash Charlotte when this, like, she's going to catch a stray than something that really had nothing to do with her, but like, like Sasha and Becky can act. It's like Charlotte can't, and like Bayley can, but not like act, but she'd be better than like Charlotte. But but Becky and Sasha, which is weird because Sasha can't really act in WWE very well. Like she cuts like the very kind of same promos. But anyway, her value is, I would say her value is like maybe right below Becky's. Honestly, especially I think 2 years ago her value was so much further below, but because of the Mandalorian.
No, you guys are right.
People love Star Trek and shit, so like that's good cross promotion, and like that I get that, I totally understand that to a T. Live long and prosper, whatever. Please but
Wingardium Leviosa,
bro. God.
Oh my God, what is it? Oh, is it Galactica or whatever? Battlestar Galactica? Are we getting confused? I'm so sorry.
No, the one with what's the guy who played Santa Claus?
X-Files we're talking about, I think.
No, that's David Duchovny. Come on.
When you're having a heart attack, is it your left arm or the right arm?
It's the left arm. I
Santa Claus
is coming to town.
Oh, Tim Allen. What was the movie that he was in? Santa Claus.
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest. Yep.
Spaceballs. Okay, there we go. Clockwork Orange star.
Galaxy
Mercedes
Quest.
Renato.
What a classic.
But anyway, I think she has a lot of value. I think it's great that she's making Jericho money. I think look up Instagram followers, but I can't find her. I feel like she temporarily got rid of her page. But I would assume she has more social media followers than Chris Jericho, and that's kind of a more important metric than whatever Jericho's doing.
Now that I'm just thinking about it, like Paige is getting a shit ton of money, and Sasha's probably going to get paid more than Paige, which is insane.
But also kind of makes sense only right now. Because Sasha, see, this is the thing is what Sasha did, and you know what Naomi did, but no one cares about Naomi, so it's never going to work to that extent. Sasha used her situation to propel herself further, whereas like, you know, we've said on the podcast multiple times, we have like mixed feelings about the Sasha Naomi walkout, whereas like we can understand and sympathize with their reason, but we don't love how it went down or whatever, you know. That, like I said, that opinion changes all the time. I flip-flop on that super hard, but strategically it has only propelled her further. She's only increased her value by doing that, and by, you know, doing all the shit and doing the CBD oils that she's promoting now. She's become incredibly sponsor friendly. Yeah.
Wow.
She's become incredibly marketable to a lot of different demographics.
She's been like going live with Bailey and shit. I don't know if she's streaming. Is she streaming?
No, well, that was just Bailey doing like a charity stream. So like that's you know, that wasn't that big of a thing. That was more of a favor to Bailey, but she has put herself in a position where she would command more money because she's making money from all these different revenue sources. So she would need.
It's kind of like a Mandy Rose situation.
Yeah. Whereas like, well, Mandy. Hey, quick yes or no? Does Mandy Rose wrestle this year?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yes. I agree.
Where though? Anybody's guess.
She's one I do hope she goes to AEW just to do a fuck you sort of thing.
Honestly, if she comes out and she's fucking like naked or some shit, that'd be amazing.
Jesus Christ.
No, I mean I'm exaggerating, but I'm just saying, like, you know, lean into it now.
He's not saying it as a horny man. He is saying it as a fuck you sort of.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, you know, like,
I assume,
like we all know why Triple H couldn't do it. I don't think he was in the back like being an old man about it. He just, you know, he has sponsors and he can't do it and whatever. But
also Triple H isn't the guy firing people. He's just the head of creative, right? Like that would be like a Stephanie Nick Khan sort of thing. I assume.
I thought he was also the head of talent relations, though.
Yeah.
Is he? I don't know.
I don't know anyone's jobs
anymore.
I'm sure he has a like, if he didn't want her gone, she wouldn't be gone.
That one, I feel like that one goes over his head, honestly.
I think so too. When you have a contract with something as big as Mattel, you're not going to risk it over one star.
Which is crazy. Mattel are the bad guys here. That's weird. But you make fucking toys, bro. How are you the bad guy? Well, whatever. So yeah, we all kind of agree that we think.
Yeah, I think she should come out more risque than she. You know, I think she just, if she leans into it, is all I'm saying. That's, yeah.
All right. More do I have a fun one?
I'll give you one before you even come up with a depressing one. Does MJF keep the title to the very end of the year?
I was saving that one for the end.
Oh, all right, next. Go ahead. Then next, we'll do last.
Yeah, we'll do that one last. I want to just throw some random. Okay, does Sting lose his first match this year?
Yes.
2023.
I'm sorry, I don't know if that was to me, but yes.
It doesn't matter. I'll take another one. Eric?
I didn't even realize that he hasn't lost a match yet.
Yeah, undefeated. They should be tag champs. There's no reason.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
I think it'll be sooner than later too, because now Darby is feuding with Joe, and Joe and Sting have that history already from TNA. So I could see Joe choking him. Maybe not a match, but
why is Sting gone right now? He got surgery or something?
I don't know if there is a reason. I think they're trying to give Darby more time by himself.
I could have sworn there was a
wanted some
reason.
time off. I don't know. I mean, kayfabe wise, he got written off, but I don't know if he's actually.
Oh, they
hurt.
did.
I mean, what? How could Sting possibly get hurt wrestling, bro? He's so safe. He only jumps off of reasonably big things, you know.
Well,
He's
okay,
not-
I guess the question could be: do you think him and Darby start their feud?
I don't think they're ever going to feud.
I
What?
just want to know if he's ever going to lose a match. But all right, no, moving on. We got an important, fun, lighthearted question. Does Jeff Hardy ever return?
Yes.
Yes, I think so too.
I'm gonna say no. I think he doesn't. I think he loses his job.
You think he's just keeping? You think he's just kept on the payroll until the end of it?
I don't know if he's actually getting paid with the suspension.
Yeah, I think they're because he kept putting off his court. Like
That is pretty
Shit.
common though with stuff like this. It's not even like that's not even like a Jeff thing. When you have a situation like this, you tend to see them push it back. It's a method of hoping with enough time passing, you're going to get more leniency.
that's fucked up. I'm not saying he's unique for doing it. I'm sure it is very common practice, but that doesn't make it right, you know? But anyway, to stick with that theme, do one of the Usos get another DUI this year?
The night after they lose, the night before they lose the title. The night before they lose their title. Yeah.
And if so, do they even get in trouble?
No, they're related to Roman. Mandy got fired for her titties being online, but the Usos can endanger lives and it's totally fine.
It is crazy how untouchable they are now, or they should be more untouchable now than they ever were, you know, a year or two ago. Like they were great on the roster, but
the thing is, they were still related to Roman 2 years ago.
I mean,
you know?
before that, they were related to The Rock. Now they're
Yeah.
related to Roman. That's the thing. Like for years, it was always these guys are related to The Rock, so there is going to be a level of protection. Now it's they're related to Roman, so there's a level of protection, which is crazy. The only person who found a way to push things too far was fucking Nia Jax, of all people. And all she did was punch Charlotte in the face.
dude, I remember like remember the Becky Charlotte thing that just happened like live on TV, and
yeah,
no one talks about that anymore. And you know, obviously it's a little different, but whatever. Anyway,
I mean, people still talked about it then. That was
a
point of
weird
contention back then.
that was a weird like few months. Like everyone was just fucking like real shit was happening on TV all the time.
And
Becky's
a good amount of it was Charlotte.
Becky's ex-boyfriend just did a podcast. I think it was with Freddie Prinze Jr. And he commented on, and who Becky's ex-boyfriend, no idea, but he commented on how when she was feuding with Charlotte, how personal Charlotte would take things, and Becky would be like, I don't know why she's getting so upset. And he would tell her, it's like, do you guys know that neither of you need to get upset? Like, do you know that this is you guys are just cutting promos?
But it also at the same time shows you how they're not discussing what they're going to say throughout their promos the same way that.
Well, we heard that with Charlotte, though. We knew that Charlotte was going off book. Remember that whole title thing where she literally
That's what he just referenced.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. Like, my God. That's the whole point. Like, there was a plan. Every week there was a plan. It's just Charlotte would sometimes just go off book regardless.
But it's funny because there's two parallels to this, or two comparisons I want to make to it. Whereas, like everything I was saying about Bryan and Roman, it does apply to Charlotte and Becky. Like Becky's popularity was coincided with the downfall of Charlotte being accepted by the fans, and before fans got sick of her. Like they were going to get sick of Charlotte regardless, but it just coincided with Becky happened to be the person on the rise at that time. It could have been anyone.
Right.
But because they were such good friends, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, were you at that show when when
the
Becky?
SummerSlam?
Yeah.
No, I was at the NXT the night before. But no, I was at the SummerSlam the year before. But that shit saw coming a mile away. I was literally at NXT my friend Farron and Dirk, and we were talking about. I was like, yo, low key, one of the matches I'm most excited for is the triple threat match because I'm so excited for Becky to win the title. And if Charlotte fucking wins, like that, I'm done with Charlotte. Like I was already like when she beat Asuka, I was already kind of like okay, like this is you're too much now. But there's a direct coincidence between them. So like that resentment, like you can see it build on Charlotte. Like we can make like a mockumentary about fucking the downfall of Charlotte Flair, and you could see where she changed, like we don't know her. And this is all hearsay and speculation just based on what we see and hear, because we're not there. But based on what we see, like you can map out a timeline of her going through this and becoming like, there's a lot to be said. I'm no therapist. I know a therapist. I will not ask her opinion on this, but I will pretend I did, and then say that. But there's a direct correlation between that, and you could easily do that. But that was only half of the point I was going to make, and I completely blanked on the second half of comparing. Well, one, I wanted to compare Roman and Bryan to Charlotte and Becky because there was that direct. It's the same sort of thing, but yeah, you can just see it. It's constant with Charlotte. You can see her. Everything going to her head, you can almost see the change. And when that situation happened with the title swap, how did it turn out? And everyone was happy with Becky for standing up to Charlotte. Everyone was praising her. She didn't get any trouble for that. And Charlotte didn't get any trouble because she's the golden child. She got a slap on the wrist and like disciplined slightly. Nothing changed. Nothing came from that. But
what just came to my head was the promo when Charlotte was being bombarded with the Bailey song and she didn't know how to handle it. And then Sasha grabbed the mic and completely fixed the entire crowd so that they can continue with the promo.
Which is crazy because again, sorry, I'm so sorry, but you saying that as man, like again, another direct comparison to Bryan right there. When they were doing the title unification ceremony with Orton and Cena and everyone was chanting for Dan or Bryan, it's the same. They handled the situation by acknowledging it and just giving hey, here's the person you're cheering for.
That's what Sasha did, but Charlotte was trying to avoid even addressing it. She was trying to like play along, but I think in a weird way, that's why she's inadvertently such a good heel, because she genuinely she genuinely feels these things that she's saying. Like if that, you know what I mean? Like I'm saying when she's doing that promo and she's being attacked by these Bailey chants, like she forgets that she's the heel and this is an easy dub, like an easy, she can easily flip this, but she takes this as like they should be cheering for me. Like I don't think she realizes that a heel is supposed to get booed. Like she, you know what I mean? Like she doesn't.
And you're right in a way. I would only change it to past tense and say that was what made her a good heel. But like the same thing applied when she was a face. Because I remember one of the few times I actually listened to a Charlotte interview when she still sounded like a normal person. She was complaining about the fans chanting for Sasha, when Charlotte was the first time she won the Divas title, when it was still the Divas title. And everyone wanted Sasha in the title picture. And they were just saying, we want Sasha. And she'd be like, hey, I get that. And look, Sasha's over and that's great. But you got to give us a chance to get over. You got to give me a chance to get over. And she's just like looking at it through the lens of just herself. And you could see the writing on the wall for what was to come. And ultimately, again, I'm sorry to just constantly rag on Charlotte, but like, when's the last time Charlotte made things better? That's ultimately what I look at with this, and where it's like, when I make this argument for Becky or for Bailey or for whoever, it's like Becky has made constantly things better. Like her Bianca beating Becky at Mania was way bigger than Bianca beating Sasha the year before. Like that was a payoff to a story that started off poorly, but it got somewhere. Liv became a credible title contender because of Becky.
Right. But you could also just say that Becky's the bigger name. So regardless of who beats her, it's going to be a bigger deal.
Well, I think Becky's the bigger name than Charlotte, but some people would argue Charlotte's the bigger name, and WWE presents Charlotte as
Well,
just
no,
a bigger name
I
most
was
of the
saying
time.
in regards to the Sasha situation, like obviously Becky's gonna do a bigger favor for somebody than beating Sasha. If I
Yeah.
beat Becky over Sasha, I'm gonna get more of a rub from beating Becky. Is what I'm saying.
The importance of the match with Sasha and Bianca was two African American women main eventing WrestleMania. That was not that those two women weren't deserving of their spot. They absolutely were, but there was a lot more in terms of everything surrounding that match, as opposed to the story of that match, in which her match with Becky was definitely the bigger one of the two.
Right. I see what James is saying. Like in the moment, it was like, oh shit, these are, this is the first time two black women have headlined, or were they headlining?
Yeah, they main evented night one. All right, Danny's got a weird thing that night one doesn't count for a main event.
I mean, it really doesn't count. They never would have done.
Absolutely does.
They never would have done that for night two. Is the point? Like
exactly.
It never would have happened. What was night one for that? Oh, what was night two?
That was night one. Night one was the Roman Edge Bryan match.
Yeah.
They never would have done, that triple threat night one and then Bianca and Sasha the next night. That was the only time they did it was when Becky was literally the biggest thing in the company.
Yeah.
And that was a fucking disaster. But
again, there was no build to that being the main event. So that was the thing, is like, it's cool that it happens, but it's like a facade, and it was like a happy accident PR stunt, because it's like, if that was your plan, you wouldn't have had Reggie involved in the build. You wouldn't have had Nia and Shayna pin them during the build. That was not a main event build. That was not a main event story. That was a match that happened to main event a 2-night pay-per-view that had no intention of being 2 nights if it wasn't for outside circumstances of the pandemic and everything. So like, it's like,
I mean, I do think, though, I know what you're saying, but also if they had pushed the fact that it was 2 black women for the entirety of the feud, it would have came off very
no, and they don't have to do that, but they have to. There was nothing about that said this was going to main event. That caught everyone off guard. There was nothing main event about the feud.
As opposed to the triple threat, when it was like every week, this is the hottest segment.
Yeah.
With Ronda and Charlotte, and
yeah,
to be honest, looking back, that really was a great, like, that was a great feud.
Well, not the Charlotte of it all.
Yeah, they botched it.
That genuinely made it worse. Charlotte being involved genuinely made it.
I don't know. Worse. I mean, the backstage brawl, that's still like
no. That backstage brawl was awesome, and that was one of the best go home angles they've done in the last probably 10 years. Honestly,
to be honest, I think the match ruined the feud more than anything else did.
The match was good except for the finish.
The very ending. I don't know. I still can't explain what the fuck happened there. But whatever.
First of all, we were in the crowd, so who the fuck cares? I couldn't see that from where I was sitting.
I know. Well, I was looking at the screen like, what? Anyway.
I actually had a good angle on it, and I could see how they botched the pin.
Whatever.
But no, because look, I mean, I'm not trying to argue that Charlotte's not a great wrestler. But her singles match versus Ronda last year, not great. If we get Becky Ronda this year, bet my fucking life on it that it's better than Charlotte Ronda. Also, Becky Bianca was the best women's match in WrestleMania history. So, it's got that going. Second best women's match in WrestleMania history was the triple threat with Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte. So
I thought Sasha Bianca was a great match, though.
That's third to me. But yeah, it was great. No, there's nothing wrong with that match. I'm not gonna say it wasn't good. I just don't think it was better than the other 2 I listed. But God, we got off track on this.
What about Tamina and Natalia?
Hell no. Anything with Tamina? I don't even want to talk about this. What's the next question here, Danny?
Oh my God. Yeah, sure.
Tamina, how does she still have a job? Well, she's related to The Rock, but that's crazy.
But yeah, that's push.
She's actually not. That's the best part.
Oh damn.
She's related to
a murderer.
Yeah.
All right. A lighthearted one before we go to more serious ones. Does Natalya win a match this year?
Yes. She finds ways.
Didn't
The
even
only
know
way
she
she, the only way she doesn't, is if she decides to really get further involved in her sister's OnlyFans. No, she is the photographer.
No, I understand. It's very creepy. Okay, look. I'm not gonna get another anti-Natalia tangent, but
I
yeah,
feel like
sure.
you wanted to. I feel
No,
like you
no,
wanted
we don't
to.
have time. We don't have time. That's the only reason. All
I'll
right.
just say no because I didn't even know that she was still like on TV.
She's not at the moment, but okay, fair enough. Does Kairi Sane appear in the Women's Rumble?
No, and I hope not.
Who's that? The Pirate?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't. Do they even have 30 women? I'm just gonna say yes because I don't even know if they have 30 women.
All right. Is this because of Shinsuke going to Japan? Is that?
That was just a rumor that's been floating around that they were wanting to bring Kairi Sane in for the Rumble.
Oh God, I really hope
It's a
not.
pretty substantial rumor. Have you not heard that?
I'm surprised. Yeah, I don't know how I haven't.
But would anybody care if she came out?
She's got a weirdly popular fan base. Like,
Yeah, but for a casual WWE audience,
I can see her in like AEW, just where I'm like, why is she on my TV kind of situation. She's a fucking pirate.
She's good. Yeah. What's I feel like you need to change your tone of voice when you say that. She's a pirate, you know?
Pirates are awesome. That's a good point.
Have you not seen Dodgeball? Like,
yeah.
this fucking Pirate Steve, not like the third or fourth best character in that. But
she's better suited for like an AEW situation.
Fair enough. Does Jade Cargill lose the TBS title?
Yes.
How long she had it?
Since it's been born.
I'm just gonna. I want to say yes, but who the fuck do they have other than Willow?
She's gonna get to 50 and then lose it. I think we're getting near 50.
What is it? Oh well. Oh, do we think? I was gonna say, do we think Sheeta's the one who beats her for it?
I hope not. Yeah, no. I like Sheeta a lot, but there is just no reason to care about that feud.
I'm sticking with Chris Statlander. I think it's gonna be Chris Statlander. But
okay.
So I'll say yeah, she loses her first match this year and loses the title. All right. Does The Rock wrestle at WrestleMania?
Based on Cody kind of announcing that he's coming back soon, I'm gonna say yes.
All right, James.
Yes, he needs it more now than he needed it a couple of months ago.
He's got to save the, yeah.
Wait, The Rock needs it more now?
I'm not saying he needs it more than WWE needs him, but what I'm saying is a couple of months ago, Rock going back would have just been because he wanted to, for Roman, for the family stuff. Yeah. Now, after everything that's been going on where people are actively just annoyed with him and turning on him, this is the same thing that happened years ago. He came back at WrestleMania 27 to host and for everything with Cena. He didn't give a shit about any of the WWE stuff. I don't want to say that. That's not fair. But he had incentive to, because he was trying to rebuild his stock after doing shit like the Tooth Fairy and the Game Plan and all the Disney stuff, that he was losing the male fan base. Going back to WWE, it's going to get all those fans to be like, oh yeah, this is why I like The Rock again.
What has he done now that has people turning on him?
It's all like we've talked about it in the group chat. It's all like the DC bullshit and how he's not looking very, very good. He kind of to make a long story short, like a shirt. Short.
I have a shirt that says long story shirt, so that's fine. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He basically, I don't know. James could tell better. Sorry.
All right, I've lost interest. I'm gonna say
it's all movie shit, behind the scenes stuff. You're gonna say he doesn't.
God, movies, right? You're
gonna say he does not?
Yeah. No, we're just getting Cody versus Roman, man. We ain't getting The Rock. Who gives a fuck?
I think you're on
the
drugs.
crazy thing is, I want
not right
Rock,
now, but
I would love Rock Roman next year for Mania. but it's not in LA, so who gives a shit? Like, LA is the perfect setting for this match. I just don't need it while Roman is champion.
I would say any place is a setting for this match. Who gives a fuck? Like, cool. Hollywood, cool. The Rock is from like Samoa. I'm pretty sure it's like a big thing. Or maybe he's from Green Bay. I don't give a fuck.
What I was gonna say, what do you think the difference between like this and like Rock versus Cena years ago was? Like hardcore, other than James, nobody wanted to see that fucking match.
The first match, everyone did.
What are you talking about? Everyone wanted to see that match.
Yeah. No one wanted to see the main event for one, and then the second match, no one wanted to see that.
Yeah, you're misremembering. Just because we wanted Punk to main event after he cut the pipe bomb does not mean no one wanted The Rock versus John Cena in the main event. That was like a undeniable thing.
Nobody wanted that second match, at least. I'll agree with you there.
Yeah, but no, I don't care about this match. I don't think it's as big a deal as everyone thinks it is. It's like, it's not as big as the first Cena match, and I'm sure it's bigger than the second Cena match. But like,
so you don't see the value in Roman beating Rock?
No, I see it. I just don't think it's needed. I don't think it's as big a deal as WWE thinks it is. And yeah, I don't really...
That's such a weird take, I think.
So do you think then, because I like this point of view for how different it is. I understand saying I'd rather see Cody versus Roman because of what it does for WWE for like the everyday. But do you think Cody versus Roman is a bigger match than Cody versus Rock?
No.
What do you mean Roman versus Rock?
Roman versus Rock.
Well, I think Cody versus The Rock would be even better than both those matches. But you know,
I mean, I don't know. I'm excited. Just, you know, I'm excited for the promos. I'm excited to see what they do with it. The match itself, I'm a little nervous that it's just going to be kind of, you know, because
match is going to suck, bro. There's no getting around it. The match is going to be at best okay. It'll be better than Taker versus Roman, so you got that going.
I mean, so I think a good selling point for that, like, I know, knowing that the match is not going to be great, I would kind of wish that it happens on night one and then we get Cody on night two. I know that's not like one of the options, but if, you know.
I get what you mean, and I agree with that because I think it would put over Cody huge, especially because I think it's better if you're going to, let's say you're going to split the titles, which, you know, opinions on that aside, I think it's better for Roman to win first and then lose, as opposed to lose and then win.
Well, no, I mean, there's no option where Cody is night one and then Rock night two, like unless Roman is winning both nights. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, if they're gonna do Cody versus Roman, I was always a proponent that it would be dumb for them to do that on night two, but you know, now that we're talking about it, like knowing that the match is not going to be as great, maybe Cody is I don't fucking know. I don't know how. I honestly don't know how they get themselves out of this, to be perfectly honest.
Easy. Sami Zayn versus Roman. Fuck The Rock. Fuck Cody. Cody can go fuck himself. Fight for the U.S. title like the mid-carder he's always been. And The Rock can stay in Hollywood and make mediocre movies over and over again that millions and millions of people watch for some reason.
Apparently not. Apparently
not. Did they even break even on Black Adam?
If they did, it's barely.
First of all, cool. He deserves for his movies to finally not make fucking blockbuster numbers because they're not quality movies. That being said, I've never seen any of them, but you know, I have opinions like all people do on things they've never seen and don't understand. But no, I don't care about the match. It'll be big. It'll be huge. It'll be cool. I just don't care. The Rock comeback was great 10 years ago. It won't be as cool now. It's diminishing returns. It's like anything else. Even though it's been 10 years, it's still the same thing we had a decade ago.
I think I'll just always enjoy a Rock return against
Me too.
against but if it's not at the expense of somebody else. Like I know that Roman's going to look good in this instance. Cena, I didn't really give a shit. I hated everything he did with Punk because I knew he was going to shit on Punk and Punk was going to look like a dickhead. But
yeah, but Punk
Rock
has won that promo battle leading up to the Rumble.
Yeah. Okay. Great. But yeah, dude, I was so
yeah,
sad.
no, I agree. It was too. But finally, our final question of the night: will MJF hold the title all year? James. All right, Eric.
Yes. Yes, he will. Because AEW, for better or for worse, does the predictable thing. And MJF being champion until the end of the year is the predictable thing.
Eric.
I guess it really depends on if they sign him before his new contract. But I'm gonna say yes because I don't think he's going anywhere. I think Tony's gonna keep him.
I also say yes. I agree with what you guys are saying. And you know what, guys? That is our show. It was a sweet short half hour, like I said it would be. And yeah, everyone have a good night. Be nice to animals.
Not even recording.
Don't drink and drive. Don't be mean to people unless it's for fun and they're assholes. You can be mean to assholes. But yeah, that's it. Subscribe to our channel. We have social media. Check it all out. It'll probably be in the description. Subscribe to our channel because we're just going to do big things. 2023 is going to be a big year for us.
Check out that TikTok.
It's going to be bigger than Roman versus The Rock. That's for sure. So follow us. Check us out. Everyone have a good night. For Ricky Grisanti and for Jimothy Gisante, I'm Daniel Hernandez. Good night. Please leave.